Hello, Novabug here, and welcome to my bus again, out and about, at work, and this is going to be one of those videos where it's going to be all very jump cutty, so excuse me for that. I don't normally do that kind of thing with jump cuts, but I'm recording an answer per end of trip, if that makes sense. Yeah, and so this is a video response to KITT171 Michael, and his 10 gaming questions. Another one of these random 10 gaming questions, but a few of these are pretty good and original. So, and when they're good and original, then they deserve answers, and answers the bug will give. So the first one, what video game crossover would you like to see? Maybe something that's not happened. A couple of your favourite franchises crossed over into a big mashup. Now, I would like to see, firstly, the resurrection of the Legacy of Kain series. I'd like to see that return, and maybe they could mix it with another famous vampiric. I say I never get that word right. Game series, and that's Castlevania. So we'd have a Legacy of Kain, Castlevania mashup kind of thing. So I would probably envisage it more be the third person aspect, like Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver kind of thing, and then you had things like Dracula popping in, and the Belmont family popping in, and stuff like that. The themes would match up quite well, I think. Like a gothic, all very gothic, the both of them, don't they? And of course, the other one that would be preferable, completely impossible to happen, considering that one's Nintendo, and they're dodgy about mixing their stuff up with other people, unless it's other things. And the other one is the game studio. I've gone defunct for the other game. But the two best futuristic races ever mixed into one great giant tournament. Wipeout and F-Zero. Imagine it. Imagine it. Imagine the Blue Falcon and the Golden Fox scooting over Interstanza, or the PMI Project or something like that. Brilliant. Uricom flying through Mute City. Awesome. Right, next question. Jump cut. Different lighting, different position of the bus, because I can just move around between cuts, whatever, if you even notice. Second question is, what franchise, series, game did you fail to get into, try to get into but not get into? Like really popular series that lots of people really favour, but you didn't. Well, I'm a victim for nearly every single FPS since Quake 2. That's what I always used to say. Can't get into them. Call of Duty, Medal of Honor, Battlefield, Killzone, nah, can't get into them at all. I am currently trying to get into Halo, and I want to get into Half-Life as well, but just they don't do it for me. They don't float my boat. Bloody radio's pissing me off now. Sent the call. Thank you. The other game series have failed to get into, I suppose, surprisingly for me, Nintendo, Pokemon. I've played a couple of Pokemons, and for some reason don't get the buzz out of them. I should like them. I know they're good games, but just haven't got that impetus. I don't have the, I don't know. It doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't raise an eyebrow. Anyway, let's on to the third question. Question number 3 is rather easy. Local co-op or online multiplayer? Easy. Local co-op. Always wins, hands down, because it's the banter, it's the interaction, it's the social aspect of it. You get all that from local co-op. It's the best, or co-op or against each other, that kind of thing. A group of friends in one console, whatever. It's all brilliant. I mean, and also multiple systems as well. We had internet cafes. We used to have them. Don't have many of them now, but used to have all set up playing Command and Conquer and Quake tournaments. It was fantastic. You don't get that. You don't get the same feeling. You don't get the same experience from online. And also, a lot of people online. There's a lot of complete idiots out there, and there's strangers as well, and there's hackers, and there's all the pitfalls that you get with all that. I don't like it. It puts me off. As much as I do like to online game sometimes, certain games you have to, then on the whole, not really. So, yeah, local all the time. Question 4. Defunct game developer I'd like to see return. Well, I'm with you on this one, Mike. Psygnosis, I would love to see them back. The team, like you said, well, all the points you make great games, great era, a brilliant team, and they just knew how to make really, really good games. A great balance of gameplay, graphics, audio, brilliant. And I suppose, and I'm going to be facetious here, because this company are pretty much defunct in all but reality, I think, for a lot of us gamers. So I'd like to see the true company return, the real Konami come back, the Konami that brought us Castlevania, Contra, Gradius, great licenses like Turtles. This is the Konami I want to see return, not the absolute shell of a terrible outfit which they are now, because they're pretty much dead to a lot of us, aren't they? Let's be honest. Yes, went a bit funny with that answer, didn't I? But there we go, that's what I feel. I'm really pissed off with Konami, and that's the first thing I think I've said about it on camera. So, anyway, question 5, please. Favourite overall handheld has got to be the Game Boy Pocket, and particularly the see-through Game Boy Pocket. I suppose you would call it the crystal version, which you can see all the innards. Nice big clear screen. It's the machine that I spent a lot of time on in my youth, and I still play on it regularly today. It's a fantastic machine. As much as I like the DS, I think the DSi as well probably comes in at a good second place there. Do like that. But the original Game Boy has got the nostalgia value for me. And so you up the scale of that, you give it a better screen, you make it a little bit smaller and a little bit smarter, and that's the Game Boy Pocket. So yeah, easy answer there. Let's go to question 6, is it? Probably. Okay, what game did I take a random chance on and end up really, really liking? I think a while back, PlayStation 2 era, I just found in a shop this game called Res. And I knew nothing about it. Never heard of it. I didn't know the hype over its sensory feedback technology, or whatever you want to call it. I forget the phrase that the developer uses now. I do talk about it in a video I've got upcoming, actually. But it looked really retro and really cool, and something that I might like. That might turned into a really, and then that really turned into one of my favourite games ever on the PlayStation 2. I think the music soundtrack is fantastic, the concept is brilliant, it's simplicity, but it's executed in a perfect way, and my alarm on my bus is now going off. So that's a sign to say, go on to the next question. So question 7, what video game character would you go into battle with? Anybody? A fighter? Does it have to be a fighter? Or you see, I'm tempted to say Ryu, because he lives for the fight. He's trained his body to the peak of physical perfection and martial arts, and you could learn a lot from that, couldn't you? He never let you down. He'd wander off at the end of the fight, but in the fight itself, he wouldn't let you down. But I'm also tempted to go for, say, someone with a bit of spellage, someone like Cheesiest Thunderhead, who can just cast down the lightning on their asses while he's not chopping them up with a giant axe. That's always handy to have. But then again, saying that, it's good to have a bit of political power with you as well. So muscle with a little bit of political power, a little bit of diplomacy. Mike Hagger, because you want him as your mayor, don't you? You really do. You don't want Metro City as your town, but you want him as your mayor. Now for the 8th question, Mike asks, what game have you traded to a friend which you regret? Now, I've traded a lot of games away which I do regret, but they're not always to friends, they're just sold to randoms and strangers. The one I do regret trading away, not to my friend, to a family member, to my nephew, was my copy of Tekken 3 on the PlayStation. I love that game, and I gave him, I think, my old PlayStation, and I gave him Tekken 3 with it. And he still got it, and he still plays it, and I did ask for it for him, can I have Tekken 3 back? No. Yeah, so at some point, I've got to go around and get myself a mint copy of Tekken 3 still, because he still says it's mint as it was when I gave it to him. Bollocks. Ninth question's a bit of a funny one because I'm not very good with remembering game slogans. But what is your favourite game marketing slogan? Gaming marketing slogan. Now I remember famous ones like Sega does and the Nintendo don't, or Nintendo's now you're playing with power, superpower, and stuff like that. I mean, the Wii U one was terrible, wasn't it? What you will play next? What you will play next? And what's it? PlayStation's latest one. This is for the players. So I'm going to go with the cheesiest and the tackiest, which was the slogan for the Amstrad GX4000, which is bring the old... Oh, can't even say it right because it's so fucking hilarious. Bring the whole arcade into your home. And I've got a picture of that here. Right, so last question is recommend a game. Well... could recommend tons. Modern games, games I'm currently playing. Splatoon, excellent. Rocket League, everyone's playing that on YouTube at the moment anyway. So if you've missed that, then you're obviously not on YouTube or on planet Earth. Oh, look at the light. Oh yes, it makes me look 10 times uglier. Not hard really, that is it. Older games, Amstrad games. I'm going to recommend, obviously, a GX4000 game. I can't help it. Pang, play Pang. The definitive version for me is Pang on the GX4000. It's better than the arcade, in my opinion. It's just the way a game should be programmed for that. It's a quality 8-bit port of it. If every game on the console was made with that much care and precision and love, then it maybe wouldn't have been the failure that it was. And on the CPC, pick yourself up one of the early Dizzy games. If you have never played a Dizzy game, have a go. If you like cartoons, you like adventure games, puzzles, that kind of thing, play one of the first 5/6 Dizzy games on the Amstrad or Spectrum. Either way, it doesn't really matter. Because they're equally as good. So yeah. Anyway, thank you, Michael, for them questions. Link to his original video and his channel, of course, is in the description box, as per is the norm. And I am going to have to bid you now a fond farewell because I've got to get this bus out. Buzz out. So Novabug on his bus. Ah.